Hello there, you're just right on time for KUTV Primetime News. This, the last day of January. Time flies. Anyway, our top stories tonight. Tonight, an organized criminal group. Kindiki declares controversial preacher Paul Mackenzie's church as criminal organized group. Obey court orders. Governor Susan Kihika under fire over Nakuru War Memorial Hospital ownership tussle. Also tonight, bursary or scam. Nakuru Town Business Community defend Governor Ole Ntutu over fake bursary distribution claim. And Kenyatta University basketball team receives new kit from ICTCS Elidoalo.
This is KUTV Primetime News with Auma Evans.
Alright, Sheila Kinyaga is our sign language interpreter tonight. Remember, we are live on YouTube at KUTV Kenya. That is live on YouTube there. You can tweet us on X at Auma Evans. Remember to use the hashtag Primetime News. So tonight we begin our bulletin with rather some security stories where Interior Cabinet Secretary, that is Professor Kithure Kindiki, has declared the Good News International Ministry as an organized criminal group. This comes after controversial preacher Paul Mackenzie and several co-accused remain in police custody awaiting trial for their alleged involvement in the Shakahola deaths, where several congregants died of starvation. This declaration is in exercise of power conferred by Section 22, Clause 1 of the Prevention of Organized Criminal Acts, as stipulated in the constitutional framework last year. The Registrar of Society deregistered the church among several others. Now, the tussle between the Nakuru County government and private owners over Nakuru War Memorial Hospital is taking a political twist, with a section of the local leaders led by Nakuru Senator Tabitha Karanja calling for the impeachment of Governor Susan Kihika for failing to obey court orders. Our very own Theo Masharia with the details.
Nakuru County has become a heated ground following the push and pull between the county government and some private owners over the ownership of Nakuru War Memorial Hospital. The controversial hospital in question has been lying on a 25-acre piece of land whose 100 years leasing period expired on April 2021. After the expiry, the county government now seeks to register the property under its name for the expansion of the Nakuru Level 5 Hospital Annex, while the hospital's management claims to have renewed the lease for another 50 years. The matter has now turned into a court case, with Nakuru County government stating that it has never approved the extension of the lease and that the renewal was done through forgery, while the hospital's management asserts that the process was conducted transparently and within the confines of the law. Crucial medical services have been paralyzed at the hospital, with the local community caught in the middle of the fracas.
This caused a lot of problems, especially for patients who have had to be transferred. And remember, some of these patients are people who are having critical illness. Some were in ICU.
Nakuru County Police Commander Samuel Ndanyi is set to appear before the Nakuru Law Courts tomorrow to explain why a court order issued to bar the county from interfering with the hospital's activities has not yet been implemented. Nakuru Senator Tabitha Karanja challenged the MCAs to impeach the governor.
I'm very sure even Ruto, His Excellency, our beloved president, would not want such a disruption just because that we are looking for a land for his purposes of landing. Based on the above grounds and reasons, these are enough for impeachment, and therefore I ask the MCAs to do their job.
Other leaders called out the president to intervene in the matter and restore sanity in the county.
Kama hatutaheshimu court order ikipeanwa ya kufungua mpaka mkubwa ya polisi, let me alert even the president to know. Nakuru hapa tumenyanyaswa kabisa. Si polisi wako chini ya governor. Si county commissioner ako chini ya governor. Si CID wako chini ya county governor. So here we are paralyzed. We are paralyzed. Na lazima tujitoe kwa hii utumwa.
Saa hii county yetu hakuna driver mwenye anaendesha. Sisi tumefunga macho, Mungu atuongoze mpaka 2027 tutarekebisha hiyo makosa.
Governor Keheka, however, says that she is determined to recover the facility from the company through the court process. As this unfolds, the existence and the well-being of a community this facility has served for many years remains uncertain. Theo Masharia, KUTV.
Right, let's stay on county politics for a bit. The business community in Narok Town has come out to defend the county government bursary distribution after some politicians, led by Narok West Member of Parliament Gabriel Togoyo, alleged that it was a scam. The business community and part of the distribution committee, led by Hezron Kaur, said that all children, or rather learners from vulnerable background who had applied for the bursary benefited from the fund. His sentiment was supported by Mary Njoki, a former nominated member of County Assembly, who said many learners from vulnerable background, regardless of their religion and their ethical backgrounds, had benefited from the fund. Budhigamburu, another businessman who was part of the committee, said that the distribution was free and fair.
Na ukienda hapa mashinani utaona ya kwamba the community is happy. Wale watoto ambao walipewa bursary, na kwa sababu wanasiasa wengine wanasema ya kwamba ni scam, hii kitu sio scam. Wale watu ambao wamepewa bursary na wale watoto ambao wamesaidika na wamebahatika in such a way that hata tukiwaita na waonekane ya kwamba wako, sisi kila dunia wataona ya kwamba ni watoto ambao ni needy, tumesaidia na bursary.
Mimi ni mmoja wa wale kamati walikalia chini ile bursary ya 5 million alitupatia, na tuka make sure tumeigawa na tumeigawia wale watu ambao ni very needy, na town mzima imenyamaza kwa sababu wote wamefaidika.
Right, from Narok County to Nyamira County, residents in Manga Sub-County are protesting the closure of a quarry by the county and the national government. The decision to close the quarry, taken jointly by the two levels of government in Nyamira County, follows incidents in quarries involving claims of environmental damage and illegal occupation of public land, as Vivian Odhiambo now reports.
A section of residents from Manga Sub-County have protested against a move by the Nyamira County government to close the Kiabira quarry over claims of illegal occupation on public land and environmental damage. Residents consider the instant closure as shock that now leaves most of the youth jobless. Gideon Nyangoya, a resident, says he now lives in fear of a possible rise in crime rates due to unemployment.
Ukiangalia ikwale yenyewe hapa tumeishi miaka mingi, na hapa nimekuwa tegemeo letu. Mali tunatoa pesa, tunapelekea watoto shule, lakini walikuja ghafla na wakaifunga.
Hapa ndio ufanyanga kazi siku mingi kusuhulika hapa, hata ndio inasaidianga vijana wako katika area hii. Sasa vile nimesikia hii habari eti hapa kumesimamishwa, hata mimi nimestuka sana, sababu hao watakuja kutuibia kuku. Kwa hivyo lazima hao watu waendelee kujitafutia katika maisha.
The protesters complained that their livelihood had been destroyed despite NEMA's approval of the mining activities at the quarry. The residents noted that they represented official documents and title deeds to prove legal ownership.
Hii quarry imefanywa hapa miaka mingi, ndio imesaidia watu, ndio imesaidia watoto wetu kusoma na vitu mingi yenye imekuwa ikisaidia hata vijana kuwaweka busy wasikuwe criminals.
According to George Momanyi, the quarry had provided much-needed employment for youths as he challenged the government to point out where the quarry had encroached on public land, adding that the area was not suitable for farming.
Hapa hii mashamba kila mtu anafanya kazi kwa shamba yake. Hakuna mtu anafanya kazi kwa shamba ya serikali. Kila mtu ni kwa shamba yake. Na watu wote wako na title deeds. So nashindwa hii shamba ya serikali. Wakuje na surveyor wa serikali tuonyeshe hiyo ya serikali iko wapi na ya wananchi iko wapi.
The residents expressed dissatisfaction, criticizing the multi-agency team for failing to issue a notice before banning any operation at the quarry. They highlighted that the land was individual and community trust land, hosting churches and other institutions. The residents petitioned the government to review the decision. Odhiambo Vivian, KUTV.
Now, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has urged members of parliament to prioritize infrastructure development in schools using the Constituency Development Fund, or if you prefer the acronym CDF, as he says the national government will on its part continue working on employing teachers. According to the Deputy President, the Kenya Kwanza government has already employed 56,000 teachers in the past years. Additionally, Gachagua urged citizens to be fair when analyzing the government performance. Gachagua was accompanied by various Kenya Kwanza members of parliament, the Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu, and the Majority Whip in the National Assembly, Silvanus Osoro. Right, it's time to take our first break here on KUTV Primetime News. Plenty more to follow after the break.
Are you an aspiring media practitioner, a graduate, or you just want to advance your skills in television production? Then welcome to Kenyatta University, where education meets innovation. KUTV, the premier university television station in Kenya, is now offering short courses in TV studio, field technical operations, and video editing. Through these courses, you will acquire hands-on skills on camera operations, media production, lighting techniques, audiovisual editing, and sound and visual control, and how to operate key equipment in modern TV control room. Enroll today at KUTV and discover your full potential in cutting-edge TV broadcasting. Graduates of these courses will receive professional certificates. For more information, visit our offices at KUTV Studios or call us on 020-870-4252 or 020-870-4255 or SMS us on 0739-110-544. KUTV, a new experience.
From the farm to the consumer, we explore agribusiness opportunities right here with you.
Changamoto lingine ni soko. Soko saa ingine bei inashuka tu drastic, kama saa hii hoho imeshuka chini.
On Money Monday, we explore business stories and engage business professionals as reference points for analyzing investment opportunities.
Last year, the economy grew by 4.8%. And which is really an indication of the resilience of the economy.
If we don't grow the economy, then we cannot have economic transformation.
We shall bring you up to speed with everything taking center stage in the business world and the state of the nation. Join me, Ann Odida, every Sunday and Monday for captivating, entertaining, and informative stories at 9 p.m.
Kenyatta University Career Week 2024, starting Saturday 27th of January to 2nd February 2024. The ever-entertaining, educative and energizing high school fair will be taking place at KU Graduation Square from 9 a.m. and live on KUTV Kenya. The event is open to all high school students free of charge. Join us and learn more on the academic programs and interact with different faculties. Public lectures on topical issues will also be taking place throughout the week, with corporate exhibitions taking center stage as well. The official opening ceremony will take place Tuesday 30th of January 2024 at KU Graduation Square. This year's theme is dubbed Leveraging Technology and Entrepreneurship for an Evolving Job Market. Be part of us as we mark the 2024 KU Career Week Fair.
They speak to play politics.
Kila mara yeye ananiwinda kama mnyama. Naambia yeye Mungu iko. Mungu iko na sitarudi nyuma.
They speak words strong enough to change policy and the law.
We have a very democratic system. We have a system that is based on the rule of law.
They speak to the heart of the nation for the nation.
Simu imeleta mambo mingi sana. Mimi hata nataka ifungwe kabisa, na ifungwe hata WhatsApp na Facebook zifungwe kabisa.
When facts get lost in all these words, we aim for the truth. Join me, Dennis Omondi, every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. as I serve you the news and speak to your leaders and their observers to establish nothing but the truth, only on KUTV.
Right, welcome back and thank you for choosing to stay with us. Now, the Embu High Court has dismissed a preliminary objection by a section of residents living in the disputed 44,000 acres of Mwea settlement scheme, seeking to have the court dismiss a petition by elders from Bere community who claimed ownership of the land. This story was produced by Gracious Aganda.
Elders from Bere community in Embu County have found relief after the High Court dismissed a preliminary objection filed by Mwea residents who they claim are living in their land. The residents filed the objection claiming that the court has no jurisdiction to listen to a case of such magnitude. While issuing the ruling, Justice Anthony Kanyaru said that any interested party seeking for the case to be dismissed is portraying their misunderstanding of the law.
Any interested party entertaining the notion or belief that they can join a case and ask for it to be struck out or dismissed is obviously laboring under serious misdirections in law. A preliminary objection should be hinged on admitted, unopposed, and or solid, incontrovertible facts.
Ben Kanyenji, an elder from the Ngome clan, says that they have no dispute with any community but with the government to whom they entrusted the land. He argued that they need the government to give back their land so that they can share it among their community.
Sisi hatuna kesi na Wakamba, Wakikuyu, Waembu, hata wale wa Mbere wako Mwea. Sisi tuko na kesi na serikali. Itupe shamba letu, tugawie watu wetu na mpangilio yetu.
Ambrose Kidhaka, a member of the Ngome clan, says that it is the responsibility of the residents who claim ownership of the land to engage them in amicable talks.
Koti imekata hii kesi vizuri. Imetumia sheria zote na imekata vizuri. Ni vizuri kama wako na anja, wanjue shamba ni la Mbere, wakuje tukutane nao, watuambie tunataka nini. Ya mwisho, hii NDR. Sisi ni wazee na Wambere ni watu wa amani sana. Gavana na wale wengine wanahusika wanataka mazungumzo. Sisi ni wazee, hatutakataa. tutaenda tusikie wanataka nini, kwa maana hao ndio wako na agenda.
Additionally, some of the Embu leaders have aired their support for the use of alternative dispute resolution mechanisms in settling the land disputes. Earlier, Governor Cecily Mbarire had thanked the national government for their efforts in intervening on the matter.
Nataka kushukuru national government through Ministry of Interior. Wameonelea ni vizuri waingilie katikati hii maneno ya Moya scheme, ambapo tumekuwa na shida ya malalamishi ya wengine ambao waliachwa bila mahali ya kukaa.
Earlier, the government had announced its intentions to employ alternative dispute resolution mechanisms in settling the matter. Yvonne Kemuma, KUTV.
Now, last year, Somali farmers faced the dual threats of drought and flooding. Jamal Ahmed Osman spoke with farmers who shared their experiences of how extreme climate conditions are taking a toll. In this report narrated by VOA's Arash Arabasadi.
Here in Kalundi village in the Middle Shabelle region, about 90 kilometers north of Somalia's capital Mogadishu, farmer Ismail Hassan is among many who say they felt the impact of climate change.
You may not break even due to weather changes. When ready to cultivate, you might lack water for the seeds due to drought, or excess water can break riverbanks during rain seasons, posing a challenge.
Another farmer, Mude Osman, now displaced in Jowar district, says too much and too little water have forced him to leave his farm twice.
Our harvest is affected by climate change, facing floods and droughts each year. When water submerges, we must relocate. The same occurs during the drought season.
Jowar district farmer Jamalo Ahmed Safar also says the drought has impacted farming in this area.
For the past 4 years, we've endured persistent droughts, and each time we saw our crops, the river runs dry.
Heavy rains and floods affected more than 1.2 million people late last year, according to the United Nations, following years of drought that caused near-famine conditions. Activists like Abdul Kadir Abba Noor say climate extremes are causing food scarcity in the country.
In Somalia, we need real change and action to address climate change issues which affected the whole country, especially for the farmers and for all other sectors.
Farmers and climate activists like Abba Noor worry about long-term decreases in food production and the impacts on the country as climate extremes become more common. For Jamal Osman in Mogadishu, Somalia, Arash Arbasadi, VOA News.
24 minutes past the hour, time to take yet another short break here on KUTV Primetime News. Plenty to follow, including sports.
From the hospital corridors, we bring you experts to discuss issues affecting your health, from diet to mental health. The familiar and the ignored are both put into perspective. We then dive into the environment and look at the effects of climate change and its solutions. Join me, Mutegi K. Martin, every Friday at 9 p.m. as we learn on how to better our health while taking care of our environment. Only on KUTV.
So my name is Jakub Petri. I'm Associate Professor in the Institute of Philosophy of Jagiellonian University in Krakow, Poland. And I'm the main coordinator of the CAFE project, which is being here hosted by Kenyatta University.
My name is Eva Hutoba. I am a project manager in this consortium. Keep watching cutting-edge research at Kenyatta University Television.
Welcome back. Now, Kenyatta University Vice Chancellor, represented by Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research Innovation, Professor Caroline Dhurua, has today welcomed Information Communication and Digital Economy Cabinet Secretary Eliud Owalo in the university. Owalo, who was the chief guest, donated jerseys to Kenyatta University basketball players courtesy of the Eliud Owalo Foundation.
It was a day filled with jubilation as Kenyatta University basketball players, the Pirates and the Oryx, received donation of jerseys from the Information, Communication and Digital Economy Cabinet Secretary Eliud Owalo earlier today at the institution. Owalo, who was a captain for his basketball team while in Kenyatta University, emphasized on the importance of sports in networking and as a source of income through entrepreneurship in the current generation.
Sports is not just for purposes of recreation, but it can be a means of livelihood. Most of the senior players, former players you see here, actually got their jobs courtesy of basketball. Also, I would encourage the current players to take basketball and other sports for that matter very, very, very seriously. Today, sports is a source of livelihood.
Kenyatta University Vice Chancellor Professor Paul Wainaina, who was represented by DVC Research Innovation Professor Caroline Dhurua, outlined the significance of cooperation between the alumni and the students in connection creation after graduating from the university. He also told on the importance of sports in developing students' social network, thus improving their emotional wellness and critical thinking.
As each alumnus has experienced being a student and becoming a unique graduate, there is therefore potential for all alumni to contribute to the university in different ways and scales. The role of sports in the university cannot be overemphasized. Sports are important in developing the physical and mental well-being of a student.
The basketball players also expressed their joy on receiving the funding and promised to work hard to emerge winners in the All-African University Sports Competition that will commence in September this year in Nigeria.
Your generous donation is not just an investment in our team. It is an investment in the future of Kenyatta University and the dream of every aspiring athlete who walks through the university. The university, majorly known as the Pirates, pledged to honor these donations with every dribble, every pass, and every shot.
The Eliud Owalo Foundation focuses on facilitating the basic needs of Kenyan communities through strategic alliances and partnerships to enhance the standards of living of the people in areas including health, sports, education, youth and women empowerment, environmental management, water and sanitation, security, disaster response, and philanthropy to solve challenges related to economic mobility. Besides, CS Owalo has promised to fill the gaps in the sports sector and help all players in the country. Anyango Sylvia, KUTV.
With every dribble and every shot, we leave it at that. Many thanks for all those who made this production a success. My name is Auma Evans. Sheila Kinyaga has been our sign language interpreter tonight. Until next time, bye-bye and do have a lovely night.
Yade from the Atlantic Council.